Pakistan's policy towards Afghanistan requires a fundamental shift, not in its objectives but in its method. For too long, the debate has been framed as a choice between dialogue and confrontation. In reality, effective statecraft demands both. Diplomacy and coercion are not competing strategies, they are complementary instruments. The challenge before Pakistan is not whether to negotiate with Taliban, but how to negotiate from a position of leverage. The central question is simple. How does Pakistan alter Taliban's cost-benefit calculus? As long as the perceived benefits of tolerating anti-Pakistan militant groups outweigh the costs, no amount of dialogue will produce durable behavioral change. Negotiations do not succeed because parties trust one another. They succeed when each side concludes that compromise is preferable to the alternative. This is why Pakistan's current approach appears inadequate. Publicly, Islamabad maintains a firm posture against cross-border terrorism. Privately, diplomatic engagement, trade, humanitarian facilitation, and other channels continue largely uninterrupted. Engagement itself is not the problem. States must keep talking. The weakness lies in failing to convert these points of engagement into negotiating leverage. Diplomacy without conditionality risks becoming an appeal for cooperation rather than an instrument for securing it. Pakistan therefore needs an operational approach based on coercive diplomacy. The objective is neither to isolate Afghanistan nor to destabilize the Taliban regime. Stability in Afghanistan remains in Pakistan's interest. The goal is instead to ensure that every benefit extended to Kabul carries corresponding responsibilities. Every concession should be conditional, measurable, and reversible. Pakistan possesses significant instruments of influence: transit trade, border crossings, humanitarian facilitation, visa access, financial channels, diplomatic engagement, regional connectivity, and international advocacy are all sources of leverage. Rather than treating them as a routine arrangement, they should become bargaining instruments. Access should expand when verifiable action is taken against anti-Pakistan militant groups and contract when commitments are ignored. Security benchmarks, not political assurances, must become the basis of bilateral engagement. Equally important, coercion should not be viewed solely through a military lens. Military force is only one component of national power and often the least sustainable. Political pressure, diplomatic isolation, economic restrictions, intelligence operations, information campaigns, and selective border controls can impose cumulative costs while preserving room for de-escalation. The purpose is not punishment for its own sake, it is to reshape incentives and influence behavior. Within this framework, Pakistan should also cultivate a degree of strategic ambiguity. A carefully calibrated element of simulated irrationality has value, not for appearing reckless, but by denying the Taliban certainty about Pakistan's response. Islamabad's objectives should remain explicit, but the timing, scale, and nature of its escalation should remain deliberately unpredictable. Such uncertainty strengthens deterrence by forcing adversaries to assume that escalation could prove more costly than anticipated. Ultimately, Pakistan cannot negotiate away its security concerns through goodwill alone, nor can it compel lasting behavioral change through force alone. The answer lies in pairing diplomacy with coercion, converting every channel of engagement into leverage, and making support for anti-Pakistan militancy strategically untenable. That is the essence of coercion diplomacy, and it should become the foundation of Pakistan's operational approach towards Afghanistan.